What family tradition made you realize your mom wasn't going to grow old? In our family, when a husband dies, the widow has exactly 40 days to follow him into the afterlife. They called it the Eternal Service Pact, because apparently men needed servants even after death. I was 7 when I watched my Aunt Ling drink the ceremonial poison at Uncle Ling's 40th day memorial. Her hands shook as she raised the cup, but her mother-in-law held her wrist steady, making sure every drop went down. Aunt May was 23. She'd tried to run on day 38, made it all the way to the bus station before Uncle Ling's brothers dragged her back. I remember her begging, saying she was pregnant. They said the baby could serve Uncle Ling too. My mom would brush my hair every night and tell me how romantic it was that wives loved their husbands so much they couldn't live without them, but I saw the way her hands trembled whenever Dad got a cold. I saw her counting his gray hairs like she was calculating how many years she had left. Sometimes I'd catch her staring at the kitchen knives, not in a scary way, but like she was measuring which one would be sharpest in 20 years. The thing about this tradition was, it wasn't even that old. My great-grandfather started it after his brother's widow remarried someone younger and prettier. He said it was about loyalty, but everyone knew it was about control. Dead women can't inherit property. Dead women can't remarry. Dead women can't testify about what their husbands did to them. Dead women can't tell anyone about the bruises hidden under their funeral clothes. The ceremonies were always the same. Day 40 would arrive and the whole family would gather. The widow would wear white, her husband's favorite dress. She'd serve tea to his relatives one last time. Then they'd bring out the cup, always porcelain, always with painted flowers. The poison smelled like almonds. They'd make her drink it in front of everyone, then lay her next to her husband's photo until she stopped breathing. Usually it took about 20 minutes. The younger kids were supposed to watch, to learn about duty. When I was 15, Dad had a heart attack that he survived, but it changed everything. Mom started acting differently. She'd wake me up at 3 a.m. for lessons. First, she taught me how to forge signatures, making me practice Dad's name until I could do it perfectly. Then came the banking stuff, how to transfer money without triggering alerts, how to hide assets in different names. She showed me websites for fake IDs, taught me which states were easiest to disappear in, made me memorize bus routes to the Mexican border. Just in case you ever need to disappear, she'd say, but we both knew who really needed to disappear. Then she showed me the videos. She'd been collecting them for years, grainy footage of widow ceremonies from old family gatherings. She had them hidden on an encrypted hard drive labeled Recipe Collection. She'd pause at certain moments. Look at Aunt Ling's cup. See how it's different from Aunt May's? She'd say. Look at Aunt Lou's funeral. Notice how the coffin is so light when they carry it? Look at how her sister keeps checking her phone during the burial. That's when I learned about the secret network. For 20 years, widows had been faking their deaths. Some used special drugs that slowed their heartbeat to nothing for 48 hours. One aunt was a nurse who'd been stealing them from the hospital for years. Others had doctor friends who falsified death certificates for cash. There was a whole underground railroad of safe houses in other states where dead women started new lives. They had new names, new social security numbers, knew everything. Mom taught me the code words at family gatherings. Such a peaceful passing meant the widow escaped successfully. She fought till the end meant someone was suspicious. Beautiful ceremony meant they needed help with documents. The flowers were perfect meant they needed money. She's with him now meant she didn't make it out. I started helping when I was 17, creating fake IDs in my high school's computer lab using the yearbook equipment. Mrs. Garcia thought I was just really dedicated to graphic design. I made 12 new identities that year. Each one had a full backstory, where they went to school, their first job, their favorite coffee order. I got good at aging photos, making young women look older, changing hair colors, adjusting facial features just enough. We saved cousin Linda when her husband died of liver disease. She died of grief, but actually took a bus to Portland with $50,000 in cash and a new name. We saved Uncle Tony's wife by switching her poison cup with one full of sleeping pills. She woke up in Nevada. Not everyone made it. Aunt Patricia's mother-in-law caught her packing. They made her drink 2 cups. Everything went to hell when Uncle Jimmy died. His wife Anna was only 19 and she was pregnant. Uncle Jimmy had been 67, his 4th wife. The previous 3 had all followed him into the afterlife within their 40 days. The family started the countdown immediately. They moved Anna into grandmother's house so she couldn't run. They took her phone, her cards, her shoes, but Anna was different. She didn't want to run. She wanted to fight. Full story on channel, link below.